Hello, today we are making placemats. I have here the pre-cut fusible interfacing for the placemats that I want. There's 4 of them. These are going to be reversible. So I have this print for one side, which I think is absolutely gorgeous. And then I have this print for the next size. I have also already fuse the interfacing to this part of it. I will now place the 2 right sides together to prepare for the sewing of this, for the construction of it. I hope everyone is having a great day. I always say that. I think it's important for us to acknowledge living every day so that we can be reminded to be thankful of life. It sounds simple, maybe a little naive, but it goes a long ways. Makes you not be so resentful or ungrateful when things don't work out the way you think they should, because with life, they often do not work out the way you think they should. And I'm just going to pin this on the edge. Now, I personally pin the middle because I want the fabric in the middle to stay. I'm also not going, I've tried this several ways because I usually do this a whole different way, but I have tried this way, worked out some kinks, and I'm going to try this way again with what I found out. And what I found out is if you sew it really close to the edge, like right on the interfacing, like not on it, but right beside it, when it turns, it's just not a good turn. So I'm going to go off of it about 1/8 of an inch, I think, maybe a 1/16 of an inch, not that far from it, but far enough for me to get a good turn, no bulking, especially since this that's a pen I was looking for. Since this one has some corners, this one has multiple corners, and it's important to make sure that the corners are all defined. Now, yes, the video is shorter because I already ironed it, already picked out the fabric, and already cut the pieces. So in reality, y'all know this video is going to be a little bit longer than this. All right, so we have the corners together, and I'll take this. I was like, you know what? I'm going to do a decorative quilted stitch. Then I was like, you know what? The pattern is entirely too busy or busy enough as is. I'm going to leave it exactly how it is. That's what I decided. I'm just making sure the edges don't move. You want to make sure you get you a good turn on those edges. Make sure I hadn't missed a side. And I am going to sew this on, let's see, I don't want any buckles, so when I put it together, won't be lumpy, lumpy, lumpy. I'm going to put this on my Brother machine because it's already right here, and I don't feel like setting up my other machine for the stitch. And I'm not going to change the thread color. I won't. I have needles and fabric hiding in all sorts of cool places. I've missed doing videos. I was locked out of my phone. My advice, do not get an authenticator app unless you know your passwords and sign-in information, because if your phone goes out, your life stops. I'm not a phone addict, but I have business things and had access to that. So remember where you're going to stop sewing at. I'm not marking it because, well, I know where I'm going to stop sewing at. All right. So again, we're not going to be right on the I have several machines, but this one is already is that okay enough? Okay. This one's already threaded. And I don't feel like going to that way. And again, I'm about probably a 1/16 of an inch. I'm using the middle guide as middle foot guide as the determinant. All right, we are on the second curve, and it really is a quick sew. I was like, y'all almost made me miss my turn. But you didn't, so I'm gonna let that go. This one's gonna turn right. Nope, it is not. There go one more. Just gotta go one more. You want to get right past it, not too far. I know it's weird, but it'll. It's how it turns. That's the real catch. Almost finished here. Takes a little bit. Now you know that you're on the last side. Ooh, no. I have to go back. I gotta go back a little bit because it is too far. Sometimes it's hard to gauge these corners. They like to hide from you. They game with you. Now I'm going to leave this much open for me to turn. All right. Let me play among the stars. Let's see the strings have fallen to Mars. I like to hymn when I am working. I have had a crazy 2 weeks, and Christmas songs are my joy songs. So if you catch me humming them, I'm in a mood. All right, now we're going to turn this around, and you get to see me cut this out. My son just knocked over my little tripod situation earlier, so it's still wonky. Now I'm going to keep a 1/4 of an inch, at least a 1/4 of an inch, still on the sides, except for here. I'm going to get about 1/2 inch on that, so it will tuck over exactly how I want it to. And we're not going off the stitch, we're going off the actual pattern. I was cutting some thicker fabric, so this is a little bit wobbly wonky. Make sure you can see all that I'm cutting. I don't know. But I'm doing a 1/4 of an inch. And use some of the straps for whatever else you like. They're good size ones, rather. Stormy weather, something somewhere. I try to keep one rotary for each project, but sometimes I lose my rotaries, and it's first grab, unless it's a big one. I keep that for denim stuff because, you know, when they're small, you try to push denim through it and it will roll the fabric. So that's a quick lesson for today. You don't want to roll denim. Most of the song, I don't know the lyrics too, so don't judge me. That rain drives my allergies crazy. I'm dreaming of a white Christmas. Oh, Christmas, oh, baby, sugar. Alright, so we have a cut all around, 1/4 of an inch, 1/4 of an inch, until this side right here that we're going to flip. Oh, ho, ho, ho. I just remembered what I didn't do. You got to cut these edges. Oh my goodness. They will not turn. They just... The octagon is kind of hard, so you have a choice. You can either cut... cutting a triangle probably will work better because of the odd shape of it. Just be careful not to cut the stitch. Yeah, usually I'll just cut across it, but I found sometimes with this, because there's so much other fabric, truly just cutting a triangle suffices. Dices, cornholes, and mices. These are a few of my favorite things. When the dew drops and the rain falls, then I don't feel so bad. Favorite thing. Sometimes I mix the songs, so if y'all hear me, you be like, wait, didn't she sing? Yep, I'm sure probably was just singing. And now I'm mixing the song. So we're going to take it so you can see me, or you can see this. And you try to be as gentle as possible to move it. You don't want to move the interfacing even though it's down. Once you get it flipped over to the other side, you're going to still really press this interfacing down, so it will be nice and perfect on this side. And I like these colors. They're not exactly the same. Well, they're not the same shade of red, but they have a complementary effect on each other. So you can have the flashy, sassy side, or the, okay, this is for the season. I just want you to know I have decorative taste side. And either side works just fine. See, my points are coming through. Yes, yes. And I'm not having to work hard for that. It's just my fingers. That's what you want. And you don't want to push it so hard that you push through the stitch. We all have done that at some point. Being angry at something else. And like, you know what? I'm going to push this because I wanted to feel it. It's not worth it. You're just going to have to reflip it and sew it again. So be gentle in your flip. Gentle with pushing your edges through. And even if you have a shorter stitch length, you just want to make sure that you are, I'm going to say it, that you're being kind to the fabric. Look. I haven't even done anything to it. And look how that looks. Like, it is cute. Is it not cute? Oh my gosh. So this is the one side you have. And I haven't flattened it or anything yet. This is one side. And this is the other side. Y'all see that? That's how that works. And this is reversible. And I love it. And I'll take this in here and I'll take it to the iron first because, believe it or not, now I'm gonna tell y'all what else I do. I'm into this now. That double-sided tape. Oh, it loves me. I love it. I love it. I absolutely love it. It just does something to my soul. Now this is not the one that I have, that I use, but this is what I got on me that's within my reach because I don't want to have to go downstairs. So I take a piece, not the length of what I need. I recover it back up. Oh, that put a song in my head. Giving you the best that I got. Now, I don't sound like her. Baby, and I'm gonna think about all my something sound about giving you the best I got. You know, music used to be so like, oh my goodness, I can sit in my car and just listen to music all day, not even worrying about who doing what outside. Now, music is so different. My wedding ring I use like this looks tricky. It's actually not, okay? And this is my easier two-sided tape. That other one, once it catches it, and that's, you just gonna have to leave it as it is. It just sticks it up. This one is a little more, actually a lot more forgiving. So, and it's this one's the water soluble one. And I'm just trying to make sure my edges line up. Oh boy! And I'm not pulling anything. Bump, ba, bump, ba, bump. Now, closed. And I might end up pulling this out a little bit more. Probably will. Because I want to make sure it looks as natural as possible. Like I'm not folding it under, but it was sewn from the other side. That's how I want it to look. So sometimes you have to play with it to make sure you get the look that you want. And don't feel bad if you have to make more than one attempt. So I'm happy with this. Look at that. Look at that. And you have a choice. You can either you can either hand stitch this, or you can machine stitch it. I'm going to machine stitch it because I'm going to do a 2-row machine stitch with gold stitches. That's right, because I'm classy. All around it. And I'll do the first one 1/8 of an inch away. And then the second one, I'll do probably 1/8 or 1/4 of an inch from that one. So there'll be total 1/4 of a way. And that's what I got. Bum, 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 bum. Perfect turn. Honestly, you can't get a better turn than this. If you wanted to do decorative stitches in the middle, you could. Keep in mind, this looks good by itself, okay? Absolutely good by itself. So it doesn't need any embellishments. The only sad part about this is I only have enough of, let me take it, this fabric, this top fabric, well, this side fabric, for one more placemat. I don't have enough for 4. So I'll be selling it in 2 placemat piece. I thought about doing a centerpiece, and I was like, no, I'm too classy for that. I'm just going to do 2 placemats, okay? So I hope you like it. And I guess you could still use this as a centerpiece, because if you want to be creative with it, because I'm creative like that, you can always do some creative folding techniques that bring this in. I'll figure out how to do this the way I want to. And it can serve as like an octagon situation. That's still cute. And you can leave it like that, because I'm awesome. And then you could use that for the middle, a centerpiece. You can, because it can work for one. And you can put something on the top, and it looks like you have a layered piece that's still decorative, and you get to see both sides. So it has so much potential. I hope y'all have enjoyed my video. Sorry about the length of it, but this is how long sewing actually takes. So have a great night, and thank you for watching. Remember to click and subscribe. Or if you have any ideas of videos you would like for me to make, please let me know. Have a great night. Because I didn't actually stop that, apparently.